Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of Irreverent Health. This is actually a little bonus feature because my friend Ashley DeBartolin, I can't ever say her last name. DeBartolin. Got it. Right. Every single time it's so hard for me. I don't understand. But she had texted me and said, hey, I've got this idea, or I had gotten this recipe for pumpkin bread and I have modified it. And she's kind of doing something that's low glycemic, high protein as well, and also playing around with collagen.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Intermittent fasting.
And she's been intermittent fasting, so she's doing all the things. So I was like, oh, that'd be so great. I'm gonna Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please go to Irreverent Health and follow me there. That'd be great. But on Instagram, I asked the question, hey, would you guys like to see the recipe for the pumpkin bread? And an overwhelming response was like, it was a 100% yes. So
everybody wants like holiday favorites without the guilt.
Right.
Like you just get in, it's like this time of year, my like friend made pumpkin bread and I like walked into her house and I was like, that smells amazing.
Right.
But I don't want to eat pumpkin bread.
Right, because traditionally it's made with a couple cups of sugar, processed flour, a lot of butter or oil, and so it's dense and it leaves us not feeling great.
Right.
Right. So we want.
And I feel guilty.
Right. We don't want pumpkin.
I don't
guilt.
like guilt.
Right. The great pumpkin guilt.
Pumpkin guilt.
Yeah.
We get enough.
Well, sorry, I was gonna say we get enough guilt from, but like, we don't. Sorry. Oh. I was gonna go psychological with it. What? All right. So instead, I've been playing around with whey protein, and she was playing around with collagen, and so together we have this idea for pumpkin bread, and I practiced it right here, and so
it actually is so good.
This is going to be the finished product, and you can tell that it's actually dense like bread, and delicious. So here's what we're going to start with. Instead of 4 eggs, we're going to do, and it's Cass. She loves pumpkin everything. Cass, you know Cass Russell?
I don't think I do.
Okay, you guys should know each other.
I don't have Facebook, but maybe we should meet.
You should totally meet.
Yeah.
FYI, that's got to be a connection. All right,
we'll do that.
So let's get to cooking. So we're going to do 2 egg whites in this little thing over here, and then 2 full eggs in this bowl.
Okay, so we're going to 2 full here.
Yep, actually, yep.
And then we'll separate out.
Yes, and the reason we're going to separate it is because we want to fluff up the egg whites first, because we don't want it to be so dense because with using protein powder. In this one, the egg whites in that one.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I'm going to make the other stuff in here.
Let's see how good I am with cracking eggs and.
Okay, all right. Here.
I'm nervous about myself.
All right.
I think I can do it.
So again, what you're doing is just lightening it up a little bit. If you wanted to use all egg whites, that would be an option as well if you wanted to cut it even further. And then I'm going to use a grass-fed whey protein powder. You can use pea protein powder. It's a little grainier. You could also use something with a flavoring in it, like Pure Protein. Like, this isn't the greatest brand. I just got it by accident one time. Not accident. I mean, obviously I got it on purpose, but it wasn't my favorite. It was just what was there. But right, I didn't get it on accident.
It like jumped in my car.
It was out of all the proteins, that was the one that. Anyway, that was the one that I chose. Anyway, the difficulty with this is 160 calories per serving, and also it has 25 grams of protein, which is awesome, but the amount of sugar, the amount of carbohydrates is 9. So not horrible, but not the best. This one, 100 calories per serving, and then only has 1 carb per serving.
Just like pretty great.
Which is pretty great. So this one is called NutriCost. Again, I don't know that this is the best brand for you to choose, but maybe if you want to try it, you should. I was going to try a lot of protein.
This is not an official endorsement.
This is not an official endorsement. Essentially, we're trying whey protein with whatever.
We will officially endorse collagen.
100%. Okay, so
CB Supplements. This is local Orlando. 100% endorsement.
Like, love local Orlando. I was using Vital Proteins before this, and my friend Ansley said, why don't you try CB Supplements? And I was like, well, what? She told me about them. They are, I'm telling you, it is like night and day difference between the stuff you get on Amazon and this, and it's not more expensive, which is the craziest part about it. It's actually cheaper. It's crazy.
Than what you get
I don't even understand how you do it. Thank you so much, CB Supplements.
Yes.
So we've got 2 eggs. 1 egg in here. We're gonna put a cream of tartar, about a teaspoon, or like a little shake of cream of tartar. So about a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar in into there. Perfect.
It's very official mode.
Yeah, and then if you'll lock it and then start whipping it up.
Locked.
Lock and load. All the way. Whip it all the way. There it is. All right, now I'm gonna yell. So I'm gonna do a half a cup of the protein powder. So 1/2 cup, which is about 2 servings. This is gonna make about 14 servings. Is when I ended up slicing about 14 servings. The next thing, now that we got the eggs, is if you'll open, so 1 can of full-on pumpkin. I'm gonna put a whole can of pumpkin right there. Good job. I just realized too, I didn't set up this one. Hold on. Let's do this. All right. She's gonna put 1 whole can of pumpkin in with the 2 eggs and mix that up. I'm gonna have all the dry ingredients here. So 1/2 cup of the protein powder, and then I'm gonna do 1/4 cup of almond flour. The original recipe, even this one, called for 1.5 cups of almond flour, which is insane. Like that's so much almond flour. And then also like 1/2 cup of coconut flour. So it was really, really dense. So that's a 1/4 cup. And then we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of the collagen.
And these were whipped pretty good over here.
That's fantastic. The CD Supplements collagen. So I'm gonna go in here.
I mean, look at that, a stiff pecan.
Collagen. So many jokes. That is unfair for you to do that to me. That is not the nice.
Everything.
She keeps saying it.
Sorry.
She keeps saying it. All right, I'm gonna do 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is gonna help it rise. And then I'm gonna do 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. So if you are needing something to rise a little bit more and you're substituting some ingredients, baking powder and baking soda, having a little bit more of that can help it fluff up a little bit, if that's a little trick. So I'm gonna put that in here. A little bit of this. I'm gonna use my favorite ingredient, Swerve. Not my favorite, it's one of my favorites. Swerve. So it's a sugar alternative. So instead of like super sugary grossness, I think this called for the original. How called?
There's a 1/2 cup of maple syrup that it called for.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do 1/4 cup of Swerve.
Yeah, I feel like Swerve is really sweet, so that's perfect.
Yeah, and it turned out really well the last time.
Yeah, it was that pumpkin was awesome.
Swerve comes in 2 different forms. I'm using the one with the granular sugar one. And
Should
again,
I put
so
vanilla
it's
in here?
Sure. Yes, that's great. The Swerve is essentially erythritol, which is a non-glycemic impacting. So if you're on the 5-in-1 or you're on the paleo or you're on Whole30 and you're trying to keep your insulin level, also if you're intermittent fasting, you're trying to kind of do the same thing.
Right.
Swerve is awesome because it's the way that it's made, it doesn't spike your insulin level, but yet you still get a good sweetness out of it. So it's great for baking. You're gonna put 5 teaspoons of pumpkin
And if you feel
spice.
like being generous, go for 6. I mean,
it's pumpkin spice.
Yeah, when I made
so-
it, I did 5 of pumpkin
Right.
spice, and then I got out my cinnamon, I got out my cloves, I got my nutmeg, and I just
sweet.
kind of went to town.
I'm too lazy, so
There you go.
just one pumpkin
Just
spice.
there you go.
So, all right. So I'm gonna just stir this guy up. Oh, salt. So like a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm like in
4 shakes.
4 shakes of a lamb's tail or 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
We're
So
very precise.
You want to mix that up to where it's powder, so where all the powder is kind of mixed up. You see that? And then
Here's how our lovely pumpkin mixture looks.
so this is
Nice
2
and
eggs, 2 eggs, 1 can of pumpkin, and the vanilla.
Yep.
Right?
That's
And
all.
then over here we have the egg white mixture.
Yeah, do you want to get it out? Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Gosh, those egg whites look good.
Where did my spatula go? Oh, there it is. All right, so you're gonna fold.
Did you guys know that Kristen sings really well?
Not anymore.
You say not anymore, and I'm sorry that
I
I can't agree.
don't sing it well. You can hear it in my voice. It's not pretty. All right, that's
I've heard her sing, and she's lying. Right now.
Okay. So we're gonna mix that together. Oops,
Okay.
You know what I should do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's
Sorry,
fold.
This is a fold.
Gosh. I watched the Great British Baking Show, so I know all about
Folding?
egg whites.
Nice.
If you're looking for something happy and not intense on Netflix, the Great British Baking Show is like my fave.
Okay.
I mean, clearly I've drawn inspiration from them too, because look at how great I fold.
I mean, it's almost like it's your job.
Do I look professional?
You totally look professional. I'm actually thinking right now, I think Ashley...
Hire this girl to fold stuff.
Someone give me a thumbs up and a heart. That's right.
Thanks.
She's totally professional.
So profesh.
I love this so much. All right. So one other thing, as far as the pumpkin, here I'm going to fold while you research.
Oh, research.
One thing I wanted to offer is not just me, we wanted to offer is why pumpkin is beneficial to your body. Because one of the things at Irreverent Health we want to do is not just eat things for the sake of eating them, but they're going to serve our bodies well. Whey protein provides the building blocks and amino acids for our muscles, and pumpkin does what?
Well, Kristen, pumpkin has a range of fantastic health benefits.
Tell me.
Including being one of the best known sources of beta carotene, which beta carotene is a powerful antioxidant. Siri knows a lot of things.
I tell you, the Google does so many things for you.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay.
And she Googles things for me, which is like next level.
Yeah, she's super nice.
So your body converts any ingested beta carotene into vitamin A. And consuming foods rich in beta carotene reduces the risk of developing certain types of cancer, offers protection against asthma and heart disease, and delays aging and body degeneration.
Wow.
I mean, gosh, pumpkin helps prevent diabetes and heart disease, promotes a healthy complexion and hair, increases energy, and offers benefits towards a healthy body mass index.
I mean, right? Like pumpkin can be so delicious, but also so great for us. Like,
So
let's do it in a
nutritious.
really cool way. So we're just shaking it up a little bit. So now, will you continue to fold?
I would love to.
All right. So, do you remember from your British baking show why folding is helpful?
Well, because they don't lose the air pockets, which keeps things light and fluffy.
Right. And if you can't tell already, this guy right here, this guy right here is already kind of dense anyway. So by fluffing up the egg whites first, it helps lighten it a little bit and helps raise your loaf.
You're getting on to me for stiff peaks, raise that loaf.
Does anybody else want to talk about stiff peaks or raising your loaf?
Please don't.
I mean, it's pumpkin
Please
time.
say no.
Hey, does anybody else like pumpkin? There's like 4 people. Do you guys like pumpkin? And is this helpful? Cool. That's great. Hey, Hannah Skidmore. I feel like you're watching. You should say hi. All right, so this is almost done.
I mean, it looks pretty mixed here.
Yeah, all I have one loaf pan right here. Amber loves pumpkin.
Oh.
She Instagrams about it all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah, she's like a pumpkin lover. She's a lover of fall and winter. But she likes the boots.
Where does she live?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
So
good.
she's
Glad
experiencing
you don't
it.
live in Orlando.
Yeah. Thank you, Amber. So before we put this in the loaf pan, all I did was spray this really quickly with a cooking spray. So you can do coconut oil, you can do olive oil if you wanted to, or Pam. I did coconut oil, Pam. Again, not endorsing anything right now. But let's show them what that looks like. So it looks light and it looks a little bit lighter and fluffier than maybe a normal loaf might look. But we're gonna pour that in there. You can hold here. There you go.
Team effort.
Team. And this is like not toward the camera, which is the wrong way, but what else?
We'll show you what it looks like.
You totally will. Promise.
I feel like you could divide this if you wanted to and make it into 2 loaves.
Or
but they'd
muffins.
Yeah, you could do muffins.
Pumpkin muffins, you guys. All
Yeah.
individual. So,
And if you wanted to make it like a real treat, you could put some of the Lily's like stevia sweetened chocolate chips in them. Have you ever had those?
no.
Dark chocolate.
She tends to go overboard a little bit. She does. She makes a good thing real good, but that's not really the best thing, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but I'm just saying if you need like a special treat. Listen, sometimes people have bad days. They're really stressed.
We're not condoning emotional eating.
I support whatever your heart desires.
Right.
Follow your heart.
She's a 7 on the Enneagram, if anybody wants to know. I just learned this.
I'm a strong 2 with a 7
She's
wing.
a strong 2 with a 7 wing. All right. So we're gonna shake this out, which actually this is kind of funny. Can you see that? It's gonna go in a 350-degree oven between 50 and 70 minutes, depending upon your oven, depending upon your altitude. That's why that variance is there. But this is right now. It's about right here in terms of like how full it is. It should puff up just a little bit, but it's not gonna get like huge like a cloud bread would. So you don't have to be afraid. But this recipe will make that for everything. So if you're on the 5-in-1 in particular, this should keep you compliant for your extras. So I'll put that into the chat and the recipe, but that's pretty much it. We have our pumpkin bread here. I'm gonna put this in the oven.
It's really delicious.
Have you had it? Oh, you did have it.
We
both had it.
We both tasted
Yeah,
it.
so it's just here. We'll just. All right.
Awesome.
So a couple of last minute things. You know, if you want to try collagen,
That's so good.
you should try CB supplements.
Oh my gosh. CB supplements all the way.
No.
I think their website is cbsupplements.com.
So is their Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do collagen at all, you definitely need to get it from them.
For sure. Like, no
Gosh,
joke.
that's good. I mean, honestly,
No
if
joke,
you're
you guys.
craving pumpkin, this will crush it.
Right?
I mean, it's so
And
good.
it's whey protein. It's like whey protein, swerve,
It's healthy pumpkin bread.
and collagen.
Like, get
Mhm.
out.
Right.
Get out.
It's probably like 70 calories per slice or something.
I would think so.
Maybe 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even
I'll do
40.
I'll do the calculations for you.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not CB. Hold on. Well, CB supplements. I can send you the link too.
Yeah.
Actually, I can put the link in the chat or in the
It's
thing.
free shipping in the continental U.S. So if you order it, it's cheaper than Amazon, and they ship for free,
Yeah.
which is like such a win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them so much.
And he's my client, so I'm like double dipping here, but that's okay.
We're about transparency. Hold on. What if I don't have collagen?
That's
What-
okay.
Oh, you're saying what if you don't have collagen on you? That's okay. So what I originally did, I also tried one of the modifications to this is if you used more of the whey protein powder. So instead of using, I wouldn't use more of the almond flour only because that makes it super caloric, super dense, and a little higher on carbs and other things. So just add an extra, let's see, what do we use? We use
You
a
can also
quarter
tinker with coconut flour.
You can. You could totally do that too. It's the same thing. It's the same issue though as you would have with almond flour. So depending upon what your goals are.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're wanting more fat and more calories, that's actually a really great way to do that.
Yeah.
To put that in there. We put a quarter cup of the collagen, so put an extra quarter cup of this. But I'd also recommend just getting this.
Just go order it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you like have to make this right now tonight.
Which I think that's why she's doing that. I think
Yeah,
she probably has a can of
I feel
pumpkin.
ya. I feel ya.
Amber, do you have a can of pumpkin? Is that the problem? you're like, I've got a can of pumpkin.
Use
but I
it
need
right
some."
now. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have any other ideas for some fall favorites or would like to see anything else transform, just put it in the chat. But otherwise, I hope you have a great night. Happy Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.